affect his family, right? Even though I feel for his daughter, right? Because she, no matter what he does, she shouldn't have to be weaponized to this degree to feel lower about herself. And I believe the men up here who are speaking have children also, right? And if you are a strong man like you say you are, I know that if somebody go there with your kids, you probably gonna lose your religion, and you probably gonna do what you gotta do to protect them mentally, spiritually, emotionally, and physically, right? The problem that I have is y'all want to sit here and go tit for tat on what he deserves, when really and truly you should be looking at what should transpire going forward, right? This is why, and I'm really disappointed in Anton because he said he's Christian first, right? So I want to leave another scripture with him, right? 1 Corinthians 13 and 11. When I was a child, I behaved like a child. I understood like a child. I spoke like a child. I thought like a child. But once I became a man, I put away childish things, right? And we have to do that on this panel too. Because if all of y'all are men and all of y'all say y'all stand up men, then there's nothing in you that should say, okay, it's okay when we're engaging in this verbal discourse or whatever this is, whatever this clown bozo stuff is, that, okay, well, his daughter should be attacked. Right. That's foul. That's sick. That's phony. And if you feel like that, then that makes you weak, right? And then what you doing, right? Because you got to remember, you reap what you sow. So I understand when I communicate, I'm not going to disrespect nobody's wife. I'm not going to disrespect nobody's child. I'm not even going to use profanity against you, even if you use profanity against me, right? Because I look at every conversation as if my children are watching me. And I think it's important for men to move that way. Move with more discipline, move with less emotion, move with more logic, right? And set a good example because the young people are watching, and I'm telling you, it's not a good look. Peace and love.
Yeah, if I could jump in right there. The first thing I want to say is that he said you reap what you sow. We didn't sow it. We're just reacting to it. So you got to stop gaslighting. The next thing, protection starts before the threat comes. Right. And you Christians, you guys suck, man. Because Anton is a piece of trash. Okay. He was just on the panel.
Not everybody that says Christian is Christian.
Y'all
hold the quorum.
Let him go.
Y'all, like, you religious people suck because you're now defending a guy that basically said on that same and I wish that Corey kept playing that clip with him and Q, because Q basically got him to admit that he commits adultery in his relationship, in his marriage. Play the clip, like yo, Sharon, go back to that clip, like when all this is over, go back to that clip with him and Q and watch that. And Anton is saying, because eventually Q say, I could get more women than you could get. And then he start going like, oh, he know I can't say certain stuff. What man says that? Would you say that, Sharon? If I'm saying, yo, I could get more women than you, and you go, you kind of got me there because I can't say certain stuff. It's gonna make me look bad. That's what he said verbatim. Damn. And you defend him, bro. And that's why I say, the glazing gotta stop. We guys are niggas. This is what we fucking do. And I hate when dudes like you come up. And I don't want to say I hate like when dudes like you come up here, but I don't want to make it about you, Brownsville. But it's like what Anton is doing. He act like a nigga, and then later on he go play Christian. That's why I love that Corey Holcomb rewinded him saying, I'm a Christian, then stand on it. Why when he said, and nobody can answer this question, why when he said you kissed the ass of white men, why he ain't go Christian and said, brother, I don't do that, and respectfully let me get up out your way? You know who a Christian was? I'll show you a Christian. When Don Lemon ran up in that church and had that mic all up in that pastor face, trying to entice him to get into a fight. The pastor touched his chest. He said, "Excuse me, don't touch me." Right? Did that pastor then go, "Motherfucking weekend"? Did he do that, or did he stand on Christianity? Did he stand? Not even I don't care about Christianity. Did he stand on the morals of being a good person? Right, which is not regurgitating negative energy. Something that we see Brownsville do up here, something we see Sharon do up here. Somebody use Sharon picture of his kid, turned him into a man. Excuse me, not her, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, man. Like, this is a part of what these people do, and for us, just the guys just reacting to get attacked. Again, we didn't reap it. We just watching.
Yeah, and you know, first where you was wrong at is you say I'm defending or protecting Anton, right? I called him a bozo. I think he's a bozo, right? And as far as him labeling himself a Christian, I don't label myself a Christian just because he labels himself a Christian, right? Lee, you could tell the whole world you a killer. That don't mean you put nothing down. So y'all gotta stop with the gaslighting and trying to misinterpret what I'm saying, because what I'm saying is not really about him or Corey. I specifically said it's about the children, regardless if they're ours physically or not. They deserve protection, and if he put her in harm's way, then shame on him. But that doesn't give another degenerate the right to weaponize her and attack her, right? And I don't think it's funny. I don't think that it's something to say, oh, they deserve it and all that stuff. That's coonery. That's foolish. That's folly, right? And another thing, it's really about, like I said, the young people who are watching, older people move and communicate. And if we want to make a change for the better, then we got to start being that example, even when we are reacting to these type of toxic situations, right? Because if you're reacting to it in a way that says, oh, it's justified and this is what happens, when none of y'all are street dudes, you know what I'm saying? Lee, you are a dude who works, got a kid, you in Miami, you trying to do the right thing. You don't represent the streets, right? You represent trying to live like a stand-up individual, trying to live like a stand-up father, right? So that is how you should be communicating as well. And you should recognize that a kid got attacked. And I heard somebody else say that same kid didn't want to go to school today. That's shameful. That's embarrassing. That should not happen, regardless of how much of a bozo Anton Daniels may be. His daughter don't deserve to be attacked this way. Peace and love.
Agreed.
Can I tackle? Can I tackle? I just want to add on one little comment to that. Okay, just one thing, and y'all can go. My one little thing is.
All right. Hold on. Two people are having a conversation. We're gonna be here a while. Let Unlikely get a chance to respond. KT was also a part of the conversation. We let KT get a chance to respond as well. And then we got shout out. I'm gonna preference people that are on camera first, of course. So please, if you can, get on camera. So we got Unlikely TV, KT, then Shadow, and then the Emperor.
Copy. I'm be quick. It's not about the children, bro. That's what you got to realize, brother. And that's why I had said in the beginning, protection starts before the threat comes. He's a leader. He should have realized who he was dealing with. And he said he did his research. And then about the kid not going to school, I don't believe Anton. I believe he's a liar. Okay. I believe that it's about the money, brother. Like, and it sucks that, I respect that you want to be community, but I think that's dead. I live in the real world as it stands, and capitalism, cash rules everything around me. And that's why Anton went there, brother. He knew he was stepping into Hell's Gate, and he saw money on the other side. And he didn't just take himself in, but he took his kids in with him by starting a fight with a man that will attack his own daughter. I landed there.
Yeah, and here's the issue, right? I'm gonna be real quick. Number one, everything you say about Anton is correct. he didn't show his daughter protection. You're 100% correct about that. He was behaving like a degenerate. You're 100% correct about that. However, this is where you're wrong, and this is where you're mistaken, right? This whole individual mindset where we don't care about the kids of other men or other women, that is what's going to keep us at the bottom. And maybe you don't care. Maybe because you got it going on and you got everything figured out. But one day you might be in a position that you got to lean on somebody else. And that's what I meant when I said you reap what you sow. Because we do have to have a community-based protection mindset, not just for ours, not just for my wife and my kids. I should be looking at protection community-wise. When it comes to little girls, we can't allow that type of rhetoric to live and say it's justified. We got to call it out and say, no, that's out of bounds, that's overboard, and there's no place for that, either in a comedic sense or in a debate sense. Peace and love.
It was KT. Let KT jump in.
Go ahead.
I think that first of all, it does seem that you're kind of in defense of Anton on the basis that he is a Christian, because you just talked about how Corey fucked up and he was pretty fucked up for it, and then you kind of offered Anton a way out. You know, well, as a Christian, I'm gonna offer you the opportunity to apologize, basically, which does make it seem as if what he's did is belittled by what Corey has done, because you're offering him a way out. The second thing would be, it's really facetious in this type of talk when we talking about protect the kid. First of all, you're a terrible parent if your children are watching Anton Daniels or Corey Holcomb. Like, no fucking kids are watching these people. You get what I'm saying? And sometimes we have to sit there and say, and you're right, it's a community thing, right? We have to work together as a community, but we can also say, if your parent made a decision that put their child in harm's way, it's not always on the community to stop and protect that child. We have to go back to the parent and say, why the fuck did you put your child in that position, more than saying protecting the child? Because I'm with Unlikely here, and you know, I don't always agree with you, Unlikely, but I'm 1000% with bro on this. This shit, there's no way in fucking hell his kid went to school and it was like, yeah, we heard about you on the Corey Holcomb show. Bro, that's not what kids are talking about. Like, kids are not. I've been knowing about this for the last week. My kids don't even know who the fuck Anton or Corey Holcomb is. So, like, let's not act like just because Anton said this is what happened, that we should give him the benefit of the doubt and then defense on that basis. Because in turn, we can put ourselves in a worse position if we later on found out this man was lying, but we've been protecting him on the basis that he's telling the truth. I
want to touch that real quick. So if you have an old enough child, because she's around, like, she's a teenager, and people know that your father is a social media personality, is going to hit a little different. Because even my children, they found out that people was doing things with their pictures, and I didn't put my children out there. And so because my older children know that I do these things, their friends know that I do these things, and so they secretly watch. They ain't going to say nothing in the chat, but they going to watch, and they like, oh shit. You see what they said? And my kids and the younger ones in the family, they always kind of, hey, they be trying to wild out on you, cuz, like, damn. So I think y'all misstepping that her personal friends know what her personal dad is doing. And so therefore, once that happened, and especially how much attention he got within the past 6 to 7 days, they absolutely would know. And whoever her close friends say, hey, look, they probably told her, hey, such and such people are saying such and such things. And it's possible that she like, hey, Dad, I ain't going to school today because it's kind of hot out here in these streets for me.
And for sure, let me just reply
hold
really
on,
quickly.
Hold on.
No, let me just reply really quickly after what he said.
Hold on, but you already responded to what I said, okay, right? So let me give you a quick retort. On your first point, right? I'm not, once again, I've done said this 5 times already. I'm not interested in defending or protecting Anton Daniels. That is not what I'm doing, right? What I am interested in doing is defending and protecting his daughter, even if he doesn't want to protect her. It's in my best interest to protect her because I am a father of a daughter. And see, this is what I don't like about y'all individual mind people, right? Because all you think about is, well, that's his seed, so he needs to protect her. No, your mindset should be protecting her as well. If you really, truly are truthful when you say you want the community to move forward. That's your first point, right? Your second point, as far as the whole Christian thing, the only reason why I mentioned that is because he said he's a Christian first, right? So what I'm going to do to communicate with him is bring the word to him, right? The word that he should know to follow, right? Because yes, he needs to bow out in order to protect his family, because his family is the ones that's in getting hurt here. And he needs to understand that that's not godly behavior that he's engaging in. And I would do the same. I would do the same for anyone when it comes to their children. Children should be off limits, point blank, period.
All right. I just want to speak about the Christian thing because yeah, he says he's a Christian first, but everybody does that and then turn around and do some dumb stuff. All right. Most Christians think that once saved, always saved. That is not true. You are in the process of being saved, and you are supposed to continue to try this until you die and meet your maker. This is a continuous effort. Some people say, oh, I got a baptism and oh, Jesus loves me and I'm saved now. That's not how it works, buddy. How it works is when you go, and this is where you're holding them accountable, Brownsville. When you go and say you're a Christian, in the dictionary, Webster's, 1996, a Christian has everything to do with Jesus. It's all about Jesus and his teachings, and they exhibit those qualities. Now, was he exhibiting those qualities? No, he was not. Not the qualities of Jesus and what he teaches, especially the way he was acting and talking. As soon as he got there and he sat down at the table, first words out of his mouth was unchristian-like. Just undercutting with that smart talk stuff. We don't do that. We're supposed to be men, black men. There's supposed to be this whole conversation y'all supposed to be bringing to us, like y'all gonna give us knowledge, and y'all just showed us that y'all ain't ish. No credentials whatsoever. But all the knowledge that they had out the window because of how they acting.
All right, go ahead, Chicago-rilla.
Hold on, let me jump back off mute. That's kind of I think everybody I really wanted to hear what Brownsville was saying, and I thought he was gonna go into examining the faith, right? Because that's what Brownsville is defending. He's not defending anti, and I know everybody's not Christian up here, and that's cool, but I wanted to hear him interrogate based on the faith, which is why he came in with scripture. He quoted the Jay-Z verse to lure people in, and he gave y'all scripture. That's genius, Brownsville. I got to take that, brother. I got to steal that from you, right? Yeah, this is around, and y'all know I'm community centered. I don't subscribe to exceptional individualism, right? But what the whole thing is, because I know some people are saying, oh, this is a bad demonstration for black men. I can't get mad at believers or Christians that say this is a bad demonstration for Christians. So if we're going to have the conversation, then let's have the conversation and examine that part. Because I do feel bad for baby girl. And I don't think Anton was lying on that. I really don't. I have my own issues with dude, but I don't think he was lying on that. I think he loved that girl and will move heaven and earth for her. I don't know why she's put in this position, but that's that, right? But I don't find issue with what Brownsville is laying down in terms of a foundation of examining him on the premise of Christianity. You say you're a Christian, prove that. Like if we went scripture for scripture, bar for bar, action for action, you will know them by the fruit that they bear. Where does that line up? Right? And that's where, some of y'all are right. In Brownsville area pistivity, where he pissed off at is, like, it's hard. Well,
you make it challenging for people who say they claim the faith when other people can say, well, look at this person. This person carries themselves, Lee, you pointed out perfect. This person carries themselves like a heathen when it's convenient, right? We got to examine that. And maybe this may not be the right arena. I would think amongst other believers, Brownsville, to be honest, I think that would be the place to have the conversation. Because spirit understands spirit and carnal understands carnal. But I'm on mute.
Let me read a couple of these super chats. And I got a couple people in the back that want to speak as well. The Real Blacksicon, followed by Sharon. Can you play the rap song without getting tagged? I don't think so. Corey made and sang at the end of his broadcast. Goddamn, Corey. He made a song too. Natasha Vincent with the $5.99. Lee asked Ernie twice. You wifing her though? Explain what you meant. Leslie is 18. It's probably a misunderstanding. You're on mute, by the way.
Oh no, I said I ain't get paid. You got paid.
No problem. No problem. I'll leave it as that. We're gonna welcome Either Man, and then we got Free Zone Lou, and we got Kulu in the back. Go ahead, Either Man. Then we got Kulu and Free Zone Lou.
You skipped me.
I skipped you, Shadow. I apologize. We got Either Man, Shadow, Kulu, Free Zone Lou. Then everybody will get their voices out.
Skip Shadow.
And then we can just have, we interrupt and try to maintain a conversation. Go ahead, Either Man.
Well, it's interesting listening to Chicago Rilla. I know Brownsville had a great tape, but I missed it because I was working. But I think I got a gist of what was said. So first people ask, what is the Christian way of doing things, right? You got a lot of people who don't identify with being a Christian, but they know everything about how Christians are supposed to react. And then I think the first thing is listening to Anton this morning said, hey, you know what? I'm not going to respond to this. I'm not going to let the wrath happen. I'm going to respectfully bow out, because that's exactly what he did. He said, hey, my daughter's involved. I'm going to bow out. And then, believe it or not, that is the Christian way to do it, since his daughter and family have got involved with the situation. And but most people say, oh, that's cowardly or this, that, and the third. But it's getting past this internet stuff, right? So him saying, hey, you know what? I'm not going to respond. I'm not going to crash out. I am going to control my emotions, in so many words. I'm going to do all these things that, quote unquote, Christians. And the biggest thing is, I don't think people know how important Jesus was, because Jesus died so I didn't have to be perfect. Like this idea that people feel like I gotta be perfect, and since I'm a Christian, that means that I gotta do everything right. I hear people even saying that, well, Christian does this, and people don't understand following Christ it's a process. Now you should grow over time, but I can't just take one snippet of your life and say you're not a Christian, because God, you can be dealing with that with God. So just listening to people say, well, Christian does this. No, it's different level of Christianity. It's people on their walk in Christ is at different. So if I see somebody who just got saved and they still doing X, Y, Z, and that's something that they're struggling with, that don't mean that they're not saved. That means that that's just something that they're working on. So it's just this idea of the outside world thinking how Christianity is supposed to act is just crazy to me, being honest.
Yeah. We're gonna go Unlikely and then Kulu. Yeah.
Brother, he went on a 7-day tour.
You skipped Josh.
He went on a 7-day tour talking about.
Man, you couldn't fight.
I felt like that was on purpose.
Oh, my bad, Josh. My bad,
I see what you did there, Sharon. I see what you did there. Go ahead, cook, Lee, because that's what I was going to say. Go ahead, man.
Nah, let Josh go, man. I don't want to cut my boy off, bro. Go ahead, Josh.
I wanted you to go because I wanted to respond to Unlikely, because
he got you. I was just harassing y'all. That's my man.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna keep it a buck because I'm getting tired of people bitching about Christianity. I know I just use profanity and Christianity in the same sentence, but I'm not a good Christian at all times, so I don't really give a fuck about how y'all feel about it.
Damn.
So that's just is what it is. But one of the things about being Christian is you're trying to get yourself to that point. You're trying to be Christ-like. All these goofy ass conversations people are having. Oh, well, Anton's Christian, so he shouldn't shut that dumb ass shit up whenever you brought his daughter into it. I'm gonna go straight to hell for my child. I don't give a fuck what none of that is. And all y'all trying to justify that bullshit he went into. Look, I don't give a fuck what Anton did yesterday. This nigga literally brought up his daughter and put a picture of his daughter online. Fuck everything y'all got going on about that. He did that shit with the intent of dogging her in front of 25,000 people. Y'all keep talking about how many people in that fucking live stream. 25,000 people looked at this baby's fucking face. For no reason, as this bitch ass nigga decided to sit there and start talking shit about this little girl. Man, if you can defend that dumb ass shit, and since we're gonna talk street shit, let's really talk street shit. Nigga, code number 2 is don't fuck with wives and kids.
Right.
If the fight between me and you, we're supposed to come at it. But if I'm going after you and yours, I'm burning your fucking house down. I'm taking out everybody in your bloodline.
No. What are you talking about, bro?
If you're going after, if you're gonna go after them, you're going after everybody, and you're supposed to end that bloodline.
No, I'm saying if I can't find you, I'm gonna be at your grandma's house.
My nigga, these were two grown ass people arguing, and this bitch ass nigga decided to bring his daughter into it. That's a bitch ass nigga right there. You don't pull no whole ass shit like that. Like, Anton tapped out. Anton bowed out. That's good. That nigga should have shot him in the fucking face. No, bro.
All right.
My bad.
Yeah,
look, I'm done.
Nigga, you wilding right now, G.
All right. God damn, you done got
emotional right now.
You done pulled the devil out the Christian. God damn it. All right,
that's crazy.
Hey, pull the trigger on me real quick. I deserve that one.
I'm sorry, are you okay?
I got it.
You emotional today. Are you all right, boss?
Hey, I got it.
He felt
Hold up. Hey, I got one in the chamber. I need you to pull it on me.
You good.
So unlikely.
Unlikely said, man, let me read these 2 super chats. Phil James, $4.99. God-living Christianity or just regular Christianity? God damn,
now y'all send my man more than $15 today, man.
Absolutely.
Don't have this dude up here for 6 hours and only send him $15.
Thank you, I appreciate that, Chicago Miller. Yogi Fish with the $9.99. The older black generation appreciates seeing young black thinkers working together. Carry on.
Hey, let bro live. Chill.
So I got a question. So unlikely. If I remove Anton,
you didn't unlikely to even say his statement. You want to hear his statement so you could respond?
Because I wanted to respond to what I said, but I wanted to answer this question first. So my question is, if I remove Anton and I remove Corey from the situation, the people, do you think Corey, the person that what Corey said, is it wrong?
If you remove the people, is what Corey said was wrong?
Yes, sir.
And what he did, like posting the picture and all that?
Yeah.
Nah, I don't really look at it as wrong because I look at the picture. The girl looks amazing. She's holding up the flag. She's smiling. She got her braces. You know, she looked happy. He picked a good picture. It ain't like he picked a dust. He found her, walking down the street with a pajama pants on and what's them shits they put on, a bonnet or something, and was like, "This is good."
The context of what he said. I'm talking about what was said. Unlikely. What the picture in what was said. If we remove Corey from it, putting the picture up and the words that he said, do you think that was wrong?
Nah, based off the context, like I said, Anton Daniels went on a 7-day tour. Like, so for example, but like you taking away all context though, Eda Man. If you take away all the context, yes, you are. Because that's my whole point is that yo, Pete, he was talking super tough. I got clips where Anton is talking tough about Corey. Talking crazy tough until Corey came online, and now he docile, right? Now he zipped him up. In good form, bro. He been talking tough for years, man. Like, leave me alone, man. y'all like this man been talking tough for years. I heard this man say he was gonna kill people. all type of stuff.
Hey,
Man, I don't want to
yo.
hear that, man. Like,
Yeah,
leave
that's
me
the wild
alone,
part,
bro.
Lee. They're ignoring the escalation part of it. Like Corey just woke
Yeah.
up today and just decided to like, nah,
No,
man, this
Man,
dude talking crazy.
7
He
days.
dissed
what?
the whole West Coast,
No,
and
I'm
he
talking
dissed
about.
like,
See,
nah, bro.
so
Yeah,
hold
it is
on,
what it
so
is,
I'm
man.
trying to.
Hold on, E. Let him build up what he's saying. Go ahead, Free Solo.
No, you reap what you sow, man.
Oh, that's
Let's run
free.
and
What up,
find out.
free?
What up, Lee? Sharon, panel, Uda, what's good? KT, I see you. What's good, y'all? But yeah, no, this is a simple case of you reap what you sow for the Christians out there.
So yeah, so like that's what I'm saying is I think maybe our value system, the reason the disagreement now, I understand it, it's more of our value system because I thought that the majority of the people say, hey, this is wrong in involving his daughter, saying these things, causing his daughter, like actually saying verbiage towards the daughter. Not
What did
like
he
it's
say verbatim? No, I'm not gonna let you do this. What did he say verbatim? What did he say about the
so
daughter?
he said that she was gonna have to pay for coochie just like her daddy, insinuating that she was gay and it was definitely shots directly towards the daughter. Do you agree
Right.
with that? Unlikely. And I'm
Okay,
saying
yeah, I agree with that.
I thought from a moral point of view, you taking a shot at a minor, regardless of who their daddy was wrong. But now I understand that you felt like that was not wrong. Since you feel like that wasn't wrong, it's okay for someone to do that.
I never said it wasn't wrong. I think that you
Well, that was my
gaslight.
question.
Well, no.
That was my question.
Y'all kind of lose me when
Hold on.
you make this a moral thing. You kind of lose me because there's no morality in this entire situation at all. So to say that somebody's taking it too far and it's immoral, this was already a moral off jump. So you don't get to pick and choose morality in this situation. They both cornballs. They both immoral. They both are fucking up.
No. So no, what you're missing? Yes, them two can be wrong. Right. That's fine. Them two could be wrong. But when we are condoning it and giving passes to Corey to say that it is okay, so since Anton disrespected you and called you a D sucker, now you can add his daughter and his wife into it because as far as I understand, out of all the shit that he was talking about beating Corey up, he kept it on Corey. He didn't add no extra person into it.
That's
Corey
fair.
violated first by adding a security guard into it, and then adding Mika, and then now adding the daughter, and now adding the wife. He kept crossing line after line after line. And us as the audience, we gotta say, hey, that ain't no man shit.
Nah, that's cap. Because if you punch me in my face, you cannot tell me how I gotta punch you back.
No, that's not.
Just hold on, KT.
If it's between me and you, and you go after my wife and kids, you deserve what you get after that.
Going into free zone.
Let him finish.
So, and again, like it used to be a code outside. If the women and children out there, you tell the women and children go inside the house. You don't just go outside blazing the gun when the kids is outside at the park. Like it used to be some kind of code, and we keep allowing the code to get stripped away more and more. Now it's to a point where it ain't no code whatsoever, and somehow we got to get back to start pulling it back and say, hey, no, this is not acceptable by us men. And then we could get back to where they're not fighting when the women and children are there. Like the women and children need to go in the house when the men are out here about to squabble. Like we need to slowly get back to this man code shit, and we can't keep allowing unmoral men to dictate. I say that it's okay.
You're absolutely right, Sharon. And our biggest problem right now is all these dudes have the wrath that like a woman have no wrath like a woman scorn. That's how these dudes is acting.
No, you are the dude that you're talking about.
Damn.
Because you are. Hold on.
You gotta stand on it. Don't walk away.
You're saying that it is okay. Right, so when you
I'm not saying it's okay. I never said it was okay.
Yeah, nobody.
I've been fighting against it this whole time.
We're saying it's ugly. We're just saying that once you jump into the fight is on.
Hold on, so no, I want to make sure.
I'm not saying that either
because I might have misunderstood the Emperor. So go ahead, Emperor, finish your thought.
What I'm saying is, you're absolutely right, Sharon. These dudes that are doing all this, if I'm in a fight with you and it's me and you, but you want to say I don't want to fight you, I want to fight your wife and your kids. Okay. I'm looking at you funny, like, hold on, wait a minute, I'm right here, homie.
No, so let me stop this real quick.
That's
and this
not
is where
even,
it gets crazy to me.
No, that's so
Fights
y'all
can be
not-
verbal.
y'all- you can
Fights can
tell
be
y'all not
verbal.
niggas who been in the
Fights
streets.
can be verbal, bro. But if I'm
There's
talking
no
to you
fight.
and we having a
Listen,
disagreement,
if I'm
but you want to try to
fighting
talk
you
to
in
my
the
wife, you
streets-
tripping, bro.
Hold on.
Listen, if I'm fighting you in the streets, like I said, if I punch you and a nigga pick up a stick, ain't nobody like, bro, where Cold at? Nigga swing. Like, nah,
No,
y'all niggas not
Yeah, but if I
street niggas.
punch you
hold
and you
on,
run
hold on,
around me and
hold on,
start getting to my
hold on,
wife and
That's how the
kids,
streets work.
Okay, hold on. No, this
cut
is
him
not
off.
true. Hold on. No. Hold on. This is not true. Because once you say I'm gonna have a fair one, everybody be like, all right, everybody back up and let you have your
Nigga,
fair.
what is
That
this
is not
level
true.
coming?
Hold
Ain't
on.
no
Yeah,
Let
fair
me
y'all
ones,
showing
nigga.
y'all
Ain't
age,
no
hold
bro.
on.
It's
souls about it.
2026, man. Ain't no
Before you
fair
jump
one.
y'all
in,
ain't got no honor. That's
hold
why.
on, y'all. Hold
It
on.
ain't never
Ain't
been
no
no
honor.
fair
Nigga,
one.
we in the streets. Ain't no honor.
I do not want to start dropping and muting y'all. Please, we got to be able to keep it across so we can hear each other. So this is what I'm saying. People will back up and let y'all fight. And moment one other person jumps in, everybody jumps in, right? It's now it's free fall. But it's if two people are fighting and it's enough respect where it could be a one-on-one and another person picks up a weapon, everybody's gonna jump on a person that picked up the weapon and said, nah, fam, it's supposed to be a fair fight. If the respect is there, if I got 10, you got 10, and everybody respectable, that fair fight is going to happen. Go ahead,
Sharon, it's not the 70s, cuz. This is not the fucking 70s, nigga. That's not how nobody coming, bro. No, that's why these little kids
You
shoot
acting
each
like
other
you
and
ain't
shit.
seen Friday.
No, I'm acting like I really done been in the streets more recently, and maybe you have, because you
Nah,
seem
just
to be
make your
somewhere
point,
near my
KT.
age. But I'm just pointing out that that's not how the streets work no more, and it hasn't been for a very long time. They've been saying the streets don't love you. It's no code here, so we can't.
That's
now
why I'm
start
saying
getting...
those street niggas is acting like females. Hell hath no wrath like you scoring.
No.
You get mad. You want to pop off at everything. You can't control yourself. That's how females be acting.
No,
a lot of them, not all of them, but a lot of them.
When we talking about the streets, we talking about war. There's no rules in war, my nigga.
No, what it is that majority of people that you're calling street dudes are not street dudes. That's the reality of it.
No,
so
I just said, I don't know when the last time you've been in the streets. I'm just pointing out that's not how the streets function for the last 30 years.
You calling unqualified people street dudes. Because if I have my gang and you have your gang, I got 20, you got 20, and we all know we popping off, and I say let's have a fair fight. Guess what? We're going to have a fair fight because everybody knows somebody going to die if it doesn't.
The fact that you said it's 20 on 20 it shows you not in the streets, my nigga.
If I could just say this,
yeah,
niggas not
right. If I could just say this,
hold on, because he's not saying, he's just accusing things and he's not actually addressing what I'm saying. He's saying what I said just means that I'm not in the street, but he didn't address anything that I said. If I have my gang,
I said
if I have my gang,
bringing numbers, Sharon, it's real easy.
You're not addressing what I'm saying. You just
did. Most people, you can say you can have 20. Most people are not counting their ops before they go hit at the ops. When you say 20 versus 20, you already on a terrible premise. Because if we in the streets, this shit getting handled in that moment. So, nigga, if you got 1 people and I got 50, nigga, that's how it's going the fuck down. And that's what I'm saying. It's really, really rare for it to be like, oh, you got 20 niggas? Give me 15 minutes. Let me call my 20 homeboys. We're going to be back.
Yeah, but you are trying to stage it a certain way, right? Anton and Corey, they went there mutually to go see each other. So if I'm going to some place, I know, hey, I'm going somewhere. I'm going to bring my certain amount of people, and I already know how many people he's going to have. So it's already known that we are going to a mutual place. That's why he brought security, which he thought 1 was enough, right? We don't know how many Corey had, but he thought at least 1 was enough. Right? If he's outnumbered, then he's outnumbered. He miscalculated. However, when 2 people when we are outside and you have a real problem with the other side, the opposition, across the bridge, when I go across the bridge, I'm bringing the appropriate number of people that I believe is going to match their appropriate number of people. I'm not going to go with just me and one other person knowing that they got 20 people, 30 people, 50 people. That's not how it works outside. If I have my gang, I'm bringing my whole gang against your whole gang. If my gang outweighs yours, and then it outweighs yours, or vice versa, that's understood. But if it's even or close to even, 2 or 3, niggas is gonna allow that one-on-one to fight. I don't know why we act as if the dudes that are fighting are big enough to know that if it goes past a one-on-one, somebody's going to die. It usually they allow that one-on-one to happen.
Can I please?
And y'all trip it if y'all don't believe so. Go ahead,
Sharon. No, wait, no, stop. Because this is
They
two
super
people
different
from.
now, Sharon.
Wait,
They super different now.
stop. This is two people from up north. Sharon, you and Eda Man get into a fight. Eda Man get the best of you. I'm watching it.
No.
Okay.
All right. So we on the same boat because that's
but you should be
what you talking
watching.
about is that if it
But this
happens
is
happened on some spontaneity thing, right?
No, hold on.
Hold on. What I'm
I'm
saying
talking,
is that
Sharon. You know
hold
where
on.
we
What I'm
from,
saying
bro.
is this. What I'm saying is this.
What
If
are
you
you talking
know,
about?
hold on. What I'm saying is this. And we are on mutual ground. I call it as yo. It's gonna be me, Uda, Lee, Eda Man, KT, Chicago.
You can get her once, but it depends on how the one going. Somebody
Right.
was still
If
finna get
Uda
jumped.
hit the ground,
Hold on, because no,
You're not supposed to jump in,
hold
Lee.
on.
I'm not letting my man hit the ground, bro.
No,
Because y'all looking at this wrong.
Hold on. I'm glad that you
I don't
said
know
that.
where
So
y'all
now-
from. I don't know where y'all
hold
from.
on, hold on.
In
Y'all looking
Chicago,
at this
you
wrong.
from
Hold on,
Chicago.
Now-
You
hold
know
on,
this
now
shit
that we-
too.
Okay, so now that we here, so now are we saying that once the two dudes is fighting, we have our people there, both sides have their people. If one of the people that's in a one-on-one pick up a weapon, are the people jumping in to stop that fight?
Either a part of it or
Yes, if they
something
pick
else.
up a weapon, yes, Sharon, yes. They
Okay, so
jumping
now
in.
we
Everybody
all
finna have a
okay.
weapon.
So now the weapon is Corey Holcomb talking about the kids, and this is when we all supposed to get in and say, "Nah, fam, you out of pocket."
Nah,
and the
see,
problem
that's
is
where
that
you're
we are
wrong.
not
But if
saying
he
that
already
he's
said
out
he
of
a
pocket
dirtbag, we know
is
what
the
it is.
problem.
The weapon
All right,
was
so
when
you
you told
can't
a
have
man
no
to suck
one-on-one.
some. When you
No,
told a
that's
man
not.
No,
he
that's
on some
not the
weird
weapon.
No,
shit.
that's not the
That's not the
weapon.
Yes,
weapon,
that
KT.
is. That's
No,
what
sir.
happened. Y'all
Okay,
two. No,
Nah,
listen.
hold on.
nah.
Y'all,
Okay,
like
KT,
I
that's
just
not the
said.
weapon.
Nah,
You cannot.
we're not even gonna hash
Hold
that
on,
out.
You gotta relax,
We're
bro.
gonna
That's
hash
not
that
the
hold on.
weapon.
I
That's
got y'all. We're
dead.
gonna set it up. We're gonna go KT, Uda, Chicago Rilla, and we're gonna argue what was the actual weapon because sucking the D is not the actual weapon.
No, it is because the man literally said I took offense to that. Y'all cannot tell me if I felt like a nigga punched me or not. That's where Corey literally said you went too far, nigga, and it's up. So after that, everything else y'all talking about irrelevant. You can't say the weapon. No, the weapon was when the nigga said I got hit. When the nigga said, don't be saying nothing about no gay shit, and he did, that's the literal first hit. Now how a nigga react to that, that's what I'm saying. We cannot act like, oh, it's a code, bro. This is the 1800s. We not doing duels.
We're not saying that he didn't get punched.
Hold on, E. You just switched the whole conversation from a punch to a weapon. We're not so you gotta maintain that you're saying
No,
that
I'm using the analogy. You don't get the analogy, my G.
Let me just let you know.
Like I said from the beginning, I just saying if you
hold
can't.
on 1 second, KT.
KT, you off, brother. I'm sorry.
If the D sucking,
Giving the analogy is off.
Okay, the analogy you saying that the D sucking is the weapon, you cannot turn it into that was the punch. So
No,
which
I'm
one
saying
is
that's the analogy for the punch.
Hold on, please. So the D sucking is the weapon or is it the punch?
It's the weapon. And an analogy for that is once you punch me, you cannot tell me how I have to punch you back.
Hold on, but that's the bad part.
I got you. So
let me go next.
Hold on. So KT, if D sucking was the weapon, what was the punch?
Nigga, this is an analogy. What are you doing here?
Okay, right. So I'm trying to align the analogy. So if D sucking,
the analogy is once you punch me or hit me with a weapon, you cannot tell me how to respond to you with my weapon or punch.
Hold on, KT. Just because you say it loud doesn't make me understand it any better. So
well,
now,
if I'm gonna say the same thing lower, it ain't gonna make you understand it better either.
Please hold on. So D sucking is the weapon. Are we in line?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you cannot use that as the weapon as the punch. What is the punch?
I said it's no punch. The punch is an analogy, Sharon. Are you
No, it's a punch. It's a punch, KT. The punch is when he said the white joke.
Okay, hold
right?
on. No. So hold on. So this just shows that he just not understanding the analogy, right?
Nigga,
so,
I use the analogy, y'all. Like y'all trying to tell me how to imply the analogy.
Hold on.
And you said I couldn't use it because it's not a weapon. It can't be a weapon and a punch. That's what you just said,
have a conversation. You are missing the conversation. So the punch would be you kissing the white man ass. That is the actual punch.
That's the slap.
That's the punch. Okay,
now
so
you can't tell Anton how to punch that.
Please. Thank you. So this way we could finish the analogy properly.
It's no analogy. You can't finish the analogy. What the fuck?
Hold on. You need to understand the conversation so you could talk to the conversation the way how we all understand, not just the way how you understand it. It's multiple people here having a conversation. It ain't just you. You trying to frame it in only the way you understand it. So the slap, the punch is kiss ass. At the Corey said kissing ass. Anton pulled out the strap or the knife and said the D sucking. Is that what you? That would be the
No,
analogy.
nigga, you made this whole thing up. No,
Okay,
I gave you a very
can we
proper
move to-
analogy. Stop. I'm gonna make this one last time so it can't be no mistakes. I said that you agreed this is a weapon. We were never talking about a punch. I just brought up the punches, and the analogy is in once you do punch me or hit me with a weapon, you cannot tell me how to respond to you with a punch or a weapon. There's no punch. There's no. They're all the same.
Hello. You repeating? Hold on. You repeating? So hold on. Nobody is saying that. We talking about us as the ones that's outside. You keep saying it as Corey and Anton supposed to say, "Hey, you cannot tell me how to attack you." Nobody is saying that. We are the outside, right? So we are not Corey.
Can I
we are
ask
the outside looking at it and saying, "Hey, no, this is wrong. What you did. He slapped you, and then you want to shoot him."
Yeah,
no, you're supposed to be having a fair fight, and y'all supposed to just fight and scrap. That's
a clarifying
it.
question, boss.
Hold on. So I want to make it clear because we are the ones that is going to keep pushing the rhetoric, or if we should have morals when it comes to fighting with each other and arguing with each other. So if we are not correcting the ones that's on the outside, we are not correcting and say, "Hey, what you did was out of bounds," because as men we have unspoken rules and things that we're supposed to accomplish as men when we are engaging in things. If we the men are co-signing what Corey did, then we are failing as men. Simple and plain. That's my stance on it. I see.
Let me go.
Can I ask the clarifying question for the people that were not understanding?
I do not understand why this is such heated, why we can't have patience. This is crazy to me. Go ahead, Edaman, Huda, Unlikely, The Emperor, Shadow, Chicago Rilla.
Yeah, so what I'm telling you, Sharon, we're looking at this whole thing wrong. The real example is we get into a fight, the fight's over. 7 days later, you see my wife and my daughter. And then now you want to fight them because you got beat up. Like, I'm telling you, like, we're really looking at this whole, like, it's not like he didn't take a shot at his wife and daughter while he was at the studio in the fight. This was 7 days later. Like, that's what I keep telling people. Like, he was saying, well, if we was on the street and we fighting and my homeboy jump in, that's in the moment, same day, we will understand that. But if you see my wife and my daughter 7 days later, and then you start throwing punches at them because I beat you up, that is foul. And most men agree to that. I don't know why today we just want to argue about it.
Go ahead. Ikuda, lead, The Emperor, Shadow, Chicago Rilla.
I don't know about that, E. I don't know. But what I would say is, you know what I mean? I don't condone bringing up kids. You know what I'm saying? I don't condone that. Even being in the streets and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So if you see women and children, you know what I mean, you spin back around and you catch your eye. You know what I'm saying? So I would support more young people or people that's out there handling business, even on drills, that if you see young people outside, you see certain people that really don't got part to do with the smoke, handle your situation different. But being online, though, is a whole different battleground. You know what I'm saying? I've been online for years. I've been in different sectors. People are doxing. People is all of that. You know what I'm saying? And this game get dirty online. You know what I'm saying? I've seen this shit. You know what I'm saying? People calling people houses, people jobs, people getting people fired. Ain't no limit on this YouTube. And when we get into these spaces, and we know it's really, really crazy. You know what I'm saying? But as far as me, I would never want to bring up nobody's kids and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Because I have kids as well, but I wouldn't have to have kids to know that. But when you out there and all that, you know what I mean? I can't tell you. It's kind of like what Katie's saying. When somebody punching and somebody kicking and somebody pulling out a knife, like, you know what I mean? We already fighting. So it's the water starts to get muddy, bro. You know what I'm saying?
And I want to pass it to Lee. And Lee is somebody that knows that people spoke about my children. I still, to this day, haven't spoken about people's children or wives. So, but go ahead, Unlikely TV, on your point. Then we got The Emperor, Shadow, Chicago Rilla.
Right. Yeah. And, you know, it just shows the different archetypes of men, right? Sharon is somebody that won't. Corey is somebody that will. Then there's a guy that'll slide to your grandma's house and spin her, you know? All these different type of men exist. Okay. So that's why it's important for you to assess the threat before it happens. That's what I had said to Brownsville earlier. And Anton didn't really care about his kids or his wife by going to Corey's show. The next thing is this, right? Bracy, I'm sorry, brother, but it ain't no code between us men. Okay, I don't know why y'all be thinking this, but men will shoot each other for nothing. Okay, and we don't really rock with each other. Now, I know y'all like to play this little, gauge of, us men code. My code is my family and the people I rock with, right? I just hate that when guys like us that are just completely just showing the true energy of what's going on outside get pushed back by people that are kind of trying to water down life. Life is real, is raw, and is authentic, bro. Things could happen. If you step out there in that fire, or if you step out there trying to fight a guy, you step out there trying to fight Rilla, and you get the best of them, I'm coming. And what we mean by that is, again, I'm gonna say this to y'all again. Anton went on a 7-day hit piece on this man. Now, you're right. He didn't talk about his kid or nothing like that. But again, he was talking crazy about him throwing punches. And like KT said, I'm gonna land it right here. When you throw a punch at me, and I've heard people say, if you punch me, and Izzy Bands is known for it. No disrespect to Izzy. Shout out to Izzy. But Izzy will tell you, I ain't fighting y'all. You feel me? So that's the real man's mentality, and I'm not gonna let y'all sugarcoat and try to get me bodied, thinking that, oh, we men, we stick together. No, we don't, bro. Is every man for himself, and if you don't understand that, you need to be a little bit safer out there.
The Emperor. Hey, I want to shout out to all the men that was watching. We got over 230 people watching. Make sure you're showing some love to Real Man Conversations. We're gonna see how many men support men, how they say they do. Send a 99-cent super chat. Should be no problem. I know you like to. I know my brothers like to pocket watch. So yes, that's $234 just for the pocket watch, right? 99 cents each. Just so y'all understand it's clear. Go ahead, the Emperor.
All right, I'll send in 99 cents. I got you, boss. So what I'm saying here is, oh, that sounds real nice, unlikely. Everything you said sounds glorious from a perspective of a man that has nothing to lose. When you have things to lose, you have to be aware. And E-Man, he pointed out that Anton was like, look, I'm dead in this. I'm over it. You brought my kids into it. I got something to lose. I'm over it. You can have it, bro. You win. That is a manly thing to do. Now, when we're looking at this whole situation, somebody said, oh, if you punch me, you can't tell me how to punch you back. Well, when you told me you kissed the white man's ass, you slapped me in the face, and you think I'm not going to sock you up? What you thought this was? So you cannot fault Anton for saying you sucking black people's D because he kissing white people's ass. Both of y'all is on y'all knees, except that person is turned in a different direction. I could get farted on if I'm kissing white ass, and you can suck some nuts. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm just being it that way. Everybody is on their knees in a submissive position at that point. Okay, except one person's looking in the eyes. So, look, I'm telling you. Corey looking y'all in the eyes while he doing it. All right? Now.
Redundant.
I don't know.
Now, look. Okay. Shots fired.
Mr. Bracy and the panel. Hi, Uda.
Oh, hi, ma'am.
Hi, Chicago Rilla. What's up with the Bears, though?
We had an amazing city in the city on charge right now. What you talking about? Baby girl, what you talking about?
Listen, I'm gonna be very brief and I'm gonna drop and let you guys have it. I'm not really understanding the rationalization of the non-protection of women and children, right? Me and the other women in the chat, we have a question for the person who made this comment about the daughter. I don't know I think it was Emperor, but the ladies in the chat said it was likely. Okay, so my question for the person who said it: why did sexuality come in play when you ask a grown male, would you wife a minor? We want to know, why did you bring that into play about this young lady?
Hey, respectfully, not relevant on Sharon channel. Please don't. Please, let's not go down that road on this channel.
No, like
I know it was said, but we like 2 hours past that. Can we please not do that on this channel?
That's the issue I'm having about the non-protection of women and children. It does not make sense for a man to ask another man will he wife a minor. We in the chat feel some type of way. We want to know.
Understood, but sis, most of the men disagree. No, please don't drop. But I'm just saying.
No one gave him a rebuttal. No one said anything. So I got him on the panel.
Please, y'all got to rewind that because I think multiple cats came out and said, "Hey, yo," right? And that was a way to pause him on going down that line of questioning, and then he refrained himself because he knew, right? But what I'm saying is, I don't think that question is fruitful to the conversation because most brothers here, and especially those of us that have daughters, have condemned all of the rhetoric that came out.
All of
it. With Corey Holcomb yesterday. Respectfully, sis. I just don't think it's fruitful to the conversation.
Someone said it on the panel today.
They did say it, but what I'm saying, sis, respectfully, it's not fruitful to this conversation at this point.
Okay, I bow down to that then.
Yeah,
we gotta because the men up here, we want to protect the women for sure.
Yeah, but no. What I need my sisters to understand also is that like we got to move this conversation and we can't score 1 point. Most of the brothers up here, especially those of us with C's, have said, nah, like we don't condone or we condemn, like brother. I said it was bogus. I know Brownsville came in with heat, you know what I'm saying, on both ends, right? So pause. Yeah, I just don't find that fruitful to the conversation, especially since that was brought up 2 hours ago. Respectfully.
Let Lee speak. What did Lee have to say?
Don't know, Uda, please no. I just want to ask Eda Man. Is Eda Man still up here? I had a question for Eda Man because I want to hear him defend the Christian faith.
I'll do
the person he advocating for. You hear? E?
Right. I'll talk about Jesus.
I'll talk about Jesus. But I can't.
I don't want to hear nobody else. No. If he's not up here, then I'll go back on mute. But I just wanted to hear him defend the faith of the person that he's advocating for.
But if we're talking about the protection of women and children, how does that get compartmentalized? It's just either we protecting women and children or we not. So we're going to protect it with our conversation, protecting it with all of this, right?
So again, hey, Uda.
I don't condone Corey doing that, regardless of how low.
But did you hear most of the men up here condemned it?
Yeah, I'm not saying. Yeah, I'm not arguing that.
Most of the men did not find it funny.
But I don't.
So then, what's the purpose of the conversation?
The purpose is to reassure the ladies in the chat that the men up
that's
here.
The part I disagree with. The men are talking right now. Like we gotta, fam, respectfully. That's what I'm saying. It's not fruitful to the conversation. We're actually moving the conversation around.
I think we could just end it like this because I'm not really sure. But was you even talking about Leslie when you said wife and whatever? Was you even talking about the daughter?
Yeah, I said a joke. It's just a joke.
You said a joke. Okay.
Yeah, it was just a joke. Everybody took it as a light joke. I said it to Shadow because Shadow forgot what Shadow said, but it was just a joke, man. Like these women are just, and then like these are the same women that hate black men. Like that's why there's no need to even talk to these women.
Not true. That's called deflection. That's not true.
Okay.
Why would you joke about a minor?
See, look, now she want to keep talking about it. It's over. I answered your question. Go away.
Go ahead, Sharon.
Now I'm not going to say nothing else. I answered her question. Now she want to die. And then I didn't even know she was a minor. Like I don't know his fucking daughter. And then look, let me tell you this. I'm not, but I don't know his daughter. I don't know how old,
Bring it down. I do not want
stupid.
PDF.
Your dumb ass.
Bring it down, please. Bring it
Sounds
down.
stupid.
Lee. All right, bring it down, Lee. Go ahead, Lee.
Nah, because these women are so dumb. Like we're having a conversation and she want to go all the way back to a joke to try to make it seem like some pedo shit is happening. Yo, you a weirdo, shorty. Like go find something fun to do or something. We having a conversation here. We were building and you just came and just brought it back to some weird shit over a joke. Grow the fuck up. Stop hating black men and grow up.
All right, but at the same time, it was a bad joke. Just apologize because you have a. I'm
not apologizing for shit.
Everybody here have daughters, Lee. So
I'm not apologizing for shit. I ain't say nothing crazy. I ain't apologizing for shit. What I say?
I don't know. That's why I asked you.
Bro, we say that shit up north. That's why I hate dealing with people that's not from where I'm from. Because these people, they nothing like us. And then they come into our world and they try to tell us to be like them. Fuck you. I say things the way I say things. I'm from New Jersey. This is how we talk. We make these motherfucking jokes all the time. Kiss my ass.
hold on. I missed that you even said it. The ladies heard something, and this is important too, because we gotta understand that ladies' ears is gonna perk up different than men. So when you said whatever you said, because I even hear the joke, because when you were saying anything about the ladies, I thought you was talking about Mika or Anton Daniels' wife or something like that.
It was a joke because Corey was calling her ugly. Jesus Christ! Like,
what I'm saying is that I missed the joke, and the reason why I missed it because I just missed the joke. I've been hearing there's a lot of stuff going on in my house sometimes as well, so I missed it. So that's why the girls wanted you to clarify, because it's not something that they take lightly. We cannot act as if somebody else doesn't take it as a joke.
Nobody cares what they think.
Oh, no, what I'm saying, hold on, Lee. So just because you meant it as a joke, if everybody else is not taking it as a joke, we should change our tone and say, hey, you know what? I misjudged the joke. And have time to have some correction. And it is okay for us to correct sometimes. Because
bro, they just try to make it seem like I'm on some pedal shit because I didn't know her age.
You should correct it.
We just need to ask clarifying questions, guys.
Hold on, please.
Fuck these bitches, bro. I ain't apologizing to none of them hoes.
What I'm saying is this: it shouldn't take you nothing to correct it.
Damn, Lee, don't go that route, bro.
If you offend somebody,
bro, look what route they just went. They just try to make it seem like, what type of weird shit is that?
I know.
Hold on, but regardless, but you should be able to correct it. Hold on, what I'm saying, that your ego shouldn't be that big that you can't correct it. That's all I'm saying. It shouldn't be that big that you can't correct it. It shouldn't be, because
what the heck?
If the conversation is as fruitful as we think this conversation is as fruitful, then why
take accountability?
Tried to pivot it, Uda. I tried to pivot the conversation.
I know, but at the same time, we don't want to gloss over what the sister's saying, because people hear things in the chat and then they can run with something and say Lee's saying something, and then that's it. So why don't we see what it is right there, Bing, and we get to see what it exactly was? Because I ain't really hearing nothing really. Sharani,
I didn't hear it neither.
At least we got to put on the table. Lee addressed back what he said. He said he apologized, and we in the moment right now with Lee that he ain't apologizing for it. All right.
Yeah, Lee refrained himself. He said, and this is what I'm saying.
Like it was a mystery.
No, this is what I'm saying, Uda. When we having productive bills, because Sharon missed up. Like, I get it, because you managing a lot over there. He didn't even hear it, right? I heard it, and I think I was off camera. But this is from 2 hours ago, fam. Like, we had a whole nother build going. And I understand the sisters are upset. And it to me, if you examine what he said, he pulled himself back.
I pulled myself back.
Yeah, That's he was like, nah, let me not even say that, because I know how this could go. Right. So then what are we actually discussing?
Right. They just want to just try to attack a black. That's what they do. In Sharon comments, he got nothing but he meant.
I agree with that.
Like,
you don't know how to stop. Stop. Okay. God damn it. Hold on. Welcome to the show, Queen. Hold on, Queen Tulsa. How you doing?
Yeah, thank you. Hi. Now I'll make it brief and quick. I think what we were seeing was from the audience was different people watch, and you don't know who's been through that type of trauma, and that could have been a trigger. And I think that's where the apology was coming in at. So nobody's saying you directed this, to someone that you knowingly was underage. We're not saying that. It was just more of just an apology. That was it.
Right. And I think sometimes we gotta just be able to say, you know what, maybe people misunderstood me, and we could just make it understood what we actually meant and what we all about. We don't have to frame it as if we are always being attacked.
Yeah, I think it's just conversation. It's nothing wrong with the conversation, and you're not always going to be right. But when you have an individual that wants to be right and make these accusations, oh, y'all don't like black men, like, you can't speak for everybody's experience. And it feels like he was trying to hog the conversation, and his points were only valid when there's more than one person up here. That's it. That's all.
Thank you, Queen Tulsa. Thank you. For that clarity, because it is important clarity. Sometimes we just gotta say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna refrain from that. I misspoke. It was in bad taste, and I shouldn't have said nothing even close to like that. Even though Chicago Real said he did pull himself back in the moment, regardless, the people in the chat, they took it a certain way. It's okay to just say, you know what? It was a misunderstanding, and then we could just move on. Because if I would have heard it the first time, I wouldn't even asked you, because I would have known. That's why Chicago Gorilla was like trying to pull it back from the jump, because he knew exactly what it was.
Because he knew exactly what happened. He saw me pull back. He saw that I
well,
was like, oh shit. You know, like it's lot. Like I don't want. Never mind. These women. All these, like I said, I think all y'all. I know y'all ops. So do y'all
Dirty Jerz, chill, man. Chill, Dirty Jerz. Chill. Go ahead, Sharon. My bad, fam. Oh, Sharon eating them doggone cucumbers and apricots.
And then she's saying people been through trauma. What trauma? Like, what? Yo, I'm not the oh my god, yo, the levels I can hit y'all right now. Y'all gonna make me go Corey Holcomb on y'all.
No, because again,
I ain't do nothing to y'all as a kid. I don't know what uncle touched you, but I ain't touched you.
We know where the sisters are, and they have a valid point. I'm just saying for where we were in the conversation, I didn't see the relevance.
That should be triggering, bruh, to people to be.
I understand that.
Let's not just go too far with that stuff.
I just want to ask the question.
I agree, but wait, hold on, just really quick. Uda, if he self-corrects himself,
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
No, he self-corrected himself.
I heard you. I heard that. I'm just
2 hours ago. And you in the middle of a productive build.
And they come running to the ground.
I'm not disparaging or
you know what? Let's let the women carry the conversation now. How about y'all hop on a How about y'all hop on a cam? Like,
I'm going on mute, Sharon. My bad.
No. I'm not being disrespectful. I'm just saying, like, now that y'all here, just carry the conversation now. Let's like now that y'all got all that out. What we talking about, ladies?
Sometimes we just gotta take our egos out of it.
Exactly.
That's okay.
Destructive women, man. Distractive
that joker
women,
is eating kale.
No, but sometimes we really gotta take our ego out the conversation. Sometimes that's all.
And I bet you these women be on other panels.
It don't matter.
Talking crazy. Yo, I love y'all, man. I love the hypocrisy on Black YouTube. I really love it, man. Y'all are the biggest hypocrites that ever existed on the planet, man. Because I know somewhere they got y'all talking crazy about somebody's kids, calling some woman, she a terrible mom or something. Yo, y'all, I love y'all, yo. Y'all are. Everybody should model themselves around you.
Now we back into the conversation, right? So now,
oh my god,
just because somebody else do something doesn't mean that we cannot self-correct ourselves and take our ego out of it. Just because Anton is whatever everybody's saying, and I believe what everybody's saying about him, it doesn't negate the fact that his children and his wife should not be in this conversation whatsoever. No matter how mean he is, it don't matter.
1000%.
Nobody's getting at Donald Trump's like they talk about Donald. Leave the family out of it.
Now, they be cooking Melania too, but I'm just saying though. Look,
well, Melania be doing things like they be talking
do her own thing. She do her own thing. She's straight. But I'm saying though, at the end of the day, come on, bro. It's a lot, bro. It's a lot. But you know, we want to protect the children for a fact, man. We want to make sure that we're doing this, regardless of the fact. You know what I'm saying? You know, I knew Corey would go somewhere.
Shouldn't it be important that the father?
I mean, there have been people.
Shouldn't it be important that the father protects his own daughter before everybody else got to come out and protect them?
Okay, perfect. So you know what? Hold on, let's address that.
Y'all never won't. Y'all keep like missing that part.
Hold on,
your mom, friend, whoever grabbed you up, bring you home, son, is real, son. You know what I'm saying?
Stop right there, Uda. But Uda, you said back in the day.
Hold on, Lee. I want to ask you a question, Lee. Lee, how could he have protected his daughter from Corey Holcomb posting her picture?
Oh, don't go up there. Corey shows that he the devil many times for 13 years. And that's only me watching him on YouTube for 13 years. He showed he that. And you go over there to go deal with him. That's how he did it. That's been my argument this whole time. And again, in the beginning, I said what he did was crazy. But Anton went in there. Anton did a 7-day hit piece on him, talking about him for 7 days. And the only reason Corey didn't respond because Corey has his show on Tuesday. Corey's show get more viewers than everybody, all of us here put together. He began like 10, 12,000. So he get his show every Tuesday. So for somebody,
Edelman said it's bought it, Lee. Edelman said it's bought it.
Right, it's bought it, right. But yeah, man, that's been my whole point, and nobody want to have that conversation. Instead, y'all keep bringing it everywhere else. But in reality, it's just like, yo, you threw a punch, and he threw a punch. His punch was an ugly punch. He threw a backhand flying elbow from up top on you and hit you and your kids. But yo, that's the type of time he on. So nobody, yo, the protection starts with him. The protection starts with Anton Daniels.
That's cap, bro.
Wow. The protection.
Bro. Just because I beat your ass doesn't mean I can turn around and then slap your daughter. Come on, bro. That shit doesn't even make sense. Bro, let's keep it a buck. What you're saying doesn't even make sense.
All right, I'm gonna let you finish.
Like, if me and you are squared up and we're fighting now, and I fade you, and then I'm like, you know what, you're right, and then you turn around and get up and slap my daughter, nigga, you're out of pocket. You got beat up, so you gonna slap my daughter. Bro, come on, bro.
He didn't touch nobody.
Y'all are sitting. Look,
hey,
that's
I
not
need
the
the same type
point.
of energy when they spraying these little kids in the hood. I need the same type of energy.
Okay, hey, Sharon, let me say this, man. I've been sitting here listening to it. See, people don't understand. It's three things that you can say. See, I know when I want to fight someone, I'm gonna say something about your kid, your wife, or your mother. See, and this is the thing about it. If you know, you know. I stayed in Detroit for over 10 years. I know Chicago and Detroit. They just don't jail. So take that with a grain of salt. It was already up when it got there. So understand this. But I'm not gonna let you.
They're my cousins.
Yeah. It just don't blend unless you on some player stuff. Okay, bro, make your bit. If you understand the politics of it, I'm just trying to get people to understand it. That's what it is. Anton and Corey, it was already beef before they even met each other. They knew it was up. They done had a brief conversation, and Anton told everybody this will be your most viewed show, and he almost hit it because RZA Islam is like 800,000. This might be at 400 to 500,000. He already know. I'm telling you, Anton is he's a very intelligent guy. So I'm not worrying about, he know what's up. He got to protect his family. He's a multi-millionaire. Why wouldn't you have security for yourself and your family? That's crazy at this point in time. He ain't no 9-to-5 dude working at Walmart. That dude is big time. I see all the people in here. He made a lot of them. I mean, get a man a little dang on respect. I can talk about Martin Luther King, but I'm going to big up his good stuff that he did. This stuff right here that happened, man, I promise you, it's nothing. It's water under the bridge for both of them. But guess what? Look at every content creator that you know. If you didn't talk about this or Charlie Kirk or something, you are nobody. You have to talk about this conversation. I'm glad we having it just to iron things out of what's going on.
I wanted to speak to what Shadow said about because y'all keep making it like it's a real physical fight. It's not. It's social media stuff. So Corey said something very important. He's never gonna be in my face again, right? This means he's basically saying, yo, you disrespect me for 7 days and I want to fight you. And since I can't fight you, like the dude who just spoke, and salute to you, I'm going to do something else that warrants you to want to come to me because I want to fight you so bad, but you never going to come to my face because you 5'7" and I'm 6'2", right? So that's what happens in those situations. So again, Anton needs to learn to protect his family better. And like I said, he's learning that now. He got silenced. He stopped playing tough. And now he ain't playing tough no more. So again, Shadow, if me and you get into a fight, right? That's real life, Shadow. If me and you fight right now, I could disrespect you to the highest level. Shadow, you never seen Fight Club, Shadow. Oh my God. You ain't see it. I seen this. Sharon seen it. The level of disrespect used to go to the highest level because men can't fight. Well, what happened in real life is men, they would have fought and that would have never happened. But this is what happens. I think somebody else said, I think it was KT or somebody said, on the internet, they dox you. They do what they did to Sharon. Oh, that was you, Oda, right? They do what they did to Sharon. They take a picture. Sharon had the same thing happen, bro. Somebody made mad money talking about Sharon, basically his kid, bro. This ain't nothing new. And yo, the fact that I'm just sitting here saying, yo, this is what happened when you go to war online, and everybody like, yo, you're defending Corey. All I'm saying is this is what happens when you go to war online. And Corey is the most diabolical man. Out of all the comedians, you go to Corey? You could have went to Josh Johnson, played it safe for some bullshit. But no, let me go to Corey. And Corey said he gonna spice it up. He still went. Bro, that's all on him. If you can't protect your daughter, I'm not protecting your daughter, B. I got one life. I don't got 6 lives, 7 lives, 8 lives to be playing with y'all. Somebody boom me, trying to play with y'all, trying to protect somebody's daughter, and now I'm laying on my back looking at the roof of the church on some Black Power shit, bro. Please, bro. I got one life, and I'm going to make sure that I play that as safe as possible. In the words of K-Shine, play it cool. Or disobedient, like fuck the rules. That's how we live. This America, y'all keep acting like this is some reality TV show where everything is fair. Life ain't fair. I saw a 5-year-old kid get slammed, took his life right up north Miami. Life ain't fair, man. Stop it, yo.
Bro, see, but that's the difference in who me and you are. If I see somebody fucking with your daughter, I'm stepping out there. Because I will protect kids, period. Fuck all the extra shit we're talking about. I understand where you're coming from. That's your life. But our job as adults is to protect that next generation. That is our literal duty. So I hear what you're saying. Oh, well, I need to worry about me and mine. Well, guess what? Y'all are mine. Because at the end of the day, y'all are still my people. Fuck all that extra shit. Corey was out of pocket because he put that girl's face on the internet. He did that. He made a knowing decision, and he did that to running jokes. No, bro, that's a whole different. Oh, Anton talks some shit about somebody. Anton's a whole too then. But guess what? If he sat there and did that, and then posted a picture of somebody's child as he's doing it, yeah, nigga, you out of pocket too. That's what me and your conversation keeps. That's what we keep passing each other. Yeah, bro, fuck Corey and everything he stands on. Cause get this, when Anton said, "Let's go to the back," then that bitch ass nigga stayed sitting. He wasn't ready to go out there because I didn't want to do it on camera. Nigga, he said, "Let's get off camera." Nobody's talking about that shit either.
His glasses were still on. It's all cap. His glasses were still on, man. Like, come on, listen to what you're saying.
Not the point. Okay,
right,
fine.
Man.
I'll
Y'all
even
really
accept
think
that.
Anton
He's
was
still
about to fight him, bro. Yo, have a man ever walked up to you? Have a man ever walked up to you the way Corey stepped up to Anton without you standing up as well? Have you ever let a man stand up without you standing up? Why he ain't stand up when Corey stood up? See, all this could be semantics. We can go back and forth for days with this. I get what you're saying, but at the end of the day, he jumped online and was talking crazy about him. Like, I think that if it just ended there, I think Corey would have just been like, all right, I'm going to talk a little shit about him and I'm going to keep it moving. But I keep saying this to y'all. Anton went on a hit piece about bro. Y'all keep
Anton went on a hit piece about Corey.
For 7 days.
He didn't go on a hit piece about Corey's daughter. He didn't go on a hit piece about Corey's female.
Listening.
He didn't go, no, but you're not listening. What you're saying is, Antoine sat there and he was talking shit for 7 days. And, nigga, you posted a picture of his daughter. Like, I don't know how we're confusing this conversation.
Shadow. Okay. Here's what you're missing. Let me ask you a question. Is there anything that somebody could say that's so disrespectful to you that it will force you to bring other people into the situation?
Wait. If you can't never get to that person. And yo, Shadow, I heard you say crazy stuff on here because somebody was talking crazy about you and you couldn't get to them, so you took it to the highest level. Now, you ain't talk about their kids because you probably didn't have enough information, but this is the highest level of entertainment. This is dude, a comedian. The other dude got millions of subscribers or something like that. So, like,
hold on.
Wait a minute. You made 3 assertions that I don't like.
So hold on, let him answer the question. Frieza ask the question again so he can answer the question.
Is there anything that anybody could say to you online that would be so egregious that you would bring up, if you knew they had family involved, that you would bring them involved, involve them in this situation? Is there anything that anybody could say or do?
For me to bring in somebody's family specifically, no. Not if we're arguing on the internet about his man. No. I don't really care about dumbass shit like that. Is there something they could do to me? Yeah, bring in my little boys and girls. That's it. That's the end of that story. Because I'm a father before anything else. I'm a father before a Christian. I'm a father before everything else.
Also, I want to say this. I believe, unlike Lee would say, that I'm proof that you can do it. I cannot touch a lot of people on this thing that says things about my family. And I still didn't bring up their family.
Because you got decorum. Yeah, everybody know gloves.
Right, that's
on.
what I'm saying. It's an archetype.
Yeah.
That's what I said. It's just an archetype.
You got decorum.
Okay.
Somebody raised you good.
No, it's not about me being raised good, to be honest, because I was not.
I was about to say, don't whittle it down to him just having decorum. Go ahead, Sharon. My bad, bro.
Because it's really more about I see what violence actually does. And I know for a fact, if I had a problem with somebody, I went to that person. I did not look for his grandma, his mama, his kids, and none of that. Matter of fact, I had so much respect for it, even if I didn't like you. If you had your children with you, I ain't gonna do nothing to you.
People know
right. But my second question would be, okay, so that's your values, right? Would you ever get into it with somebody that would bring your family into it?
What I'm saying that it's not just my values, right? It's also my homies' values as well, right?
Right.
You cannot run with me and you willing to do that. If I'm with my homie, they said, there he go right there, him and his kids. I'm like, well, we ain't doing nothing today.
Right. But you missed my question. Would you ever get into it with somebody? Would you ever get into it with somebody that doesn't think that way and would just say, fuck your family, we all going in? Would you ever get into it with that kind of person?
That's a weird question, though.
Right, because you can't decide who you get into it, right? Because disrespectful people is disrespectful, right? So, absolutely, I have gotten into it with people that is willing to take it to the next level, and I already know me and this person cannot. We ain't going to even get into no fisticuffs. It's straight to shooting. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't no fighting. Like because if I fight you, it's pointless for us to fight because I know somebody gonna get shot next week. So
you might as well put them down ASAP.
We might as well just get straight to shooting. So that's how I would answer that. Let me bring in Ghetto Star. He want to really talking into this part of the conversation. Let's allow Ghetto Star to talk to this part. Go ahead.
First of all, I wanted to say what's up with all of y'all, man. How all y'all doing, man? Nice to see all you brothers again. You know what I mean? Sharon, man, I got something. I got a special gift for you, brother. It's a salute to you just for putting me on the panel. I want to define what support is from the Ghetto Stoic because I create content myself. So it's coming soon. You already know what that look like. So I wanted to speak on this situation because bro just got done talking, not Shadow, but he not cammed up. But what's his name?
Freeze on Lou.
Freeze on Lou. Okay, so Freeze on Lou. Tell me if I'm close to where you was at. I think basically what you were saying to Sharon, what you were trying to ask them was, if a woman knows she's unslept with multiple men and she hates the Maury show, she's not going to get on the Maury show. Am I right?